It's time for SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com with me, Stuttering Craig.
Hey, Mr. Donut Head Man, who's trying to kill you? I don't know, but you better not.
And Daily Destin.
This town needs an enema.
And this week's special guest, Chad.
Wow. You're amazing, dude.
Thanks.
And now, broadcasting from the world's ScrewAttack headquarters in Dallas, Texas, it's the SideScrollers. Oh, welcome out to SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. What is going on? Hey! I'm Stuttering Craig.
I'm Daily Destin.
And I'm Chad.
Wasn't that long. It was pretty good. How's everybody doing today? Everybody good? Everybody excited and ready to rock?
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired
Tired? Why are you tired?
because I was playing Black Ops a lot last night.
Ah, that's right. I have yet to dig into Black Ops, but I will be soon because I have a radio-controlled car. Vroom, vroom!
Woo!
You can expect all sorts of fun chaos coming out of that as well. So
I watched
Let's see who's
going
gonna
to
break it.
last night.
you did.
Yeah.
I liked the original one better.
The first Daniel Craig, Casino Royale.
Yeah,
Casino
Where
Royale
he
was-
plays poker.
yeah, that was way better.
I like Quantum. Actually, I watched it last night, and I'm like, this is way better than I remember.
It is.
Quantum
It's
Assault-
not
Yeah.
that bad. I
Yeah.
thought it was kind of slow, but
That's
It's
the
the-
thing.
it's-
It wasn't slow. The one where he plays poker was kind of slow. 'Cause
I don't know.
I like the story in that one better.
It's like poker break.
I like the first one a little bit better, but the second one, like some people were hating on it, but really, I promise you, when the third one comes out, it is the perfect transitional movie. When you watch them in a set, because it perfectly ties up Casino
Yeah, I
Royale,
watched
and it
1
sets
and
you up
2.
for the next one.
I watched 1 and 2 back to back. I'm like, damn, these make sense
Exactly.
more now.
That's
You
right.
know?
I think they suck
So-
because they don't have Pierce Brosnan now.
Yeah.
right.
I never figured that out. Why
Sean
people
Connery's
hate
better.
on? Why do people hate on Craig?
I don't know. I think he's a good Bond. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's Bond.
Because
talk
he's
for this
blonde.
Sorry.
That's right. All right. So a big week this week as we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We got the SideScroller News Desk, foreign questions. We'll also be divulging our trip to California to go play Black Ops and all the insanity that
No
was.
more NDA.
Yes, NDA meaning non-disclosure agreements. We couldn't talk about it until now. So now we can officially tell you our experience during the Call of Duty Black Ops experience. Plus,
Yes.
we have a big announcement today. Someone received a promotion at the office, and we'll be talking to them a little later as to what they're going to be doing and how it affects you. So very, very big. Coming up later this week. Also, we got the tester commentary for episode 2, which I will not be a part of, but you can expect commentary on that. Also, an interview with...
On tonight, that'll be my night project. Watching that.
Yes.
I like this show. I watched the whole first season.
Hey,
I admit it.
I'm a
Destin
fan.
has a love and hate relationship with reality
Yes,
TV.
I
yes.
too. But something you will be interested in is that I actually interviewed Maxim, the Froboy, the dude bro. Sorry, that's the term I was looking for. Dude bro.
Froboy's not even a.
I don't
making
know.
stuff up.
I think he's going for frat boy.
Yeah, the frat boy and
Frat
dude
boy,
bro.
dude bro got
That's
combined.
right. The frat bro got was interviewed by myself, and you'll be seeing that on the site as well because I thought he was a very interesting personality, and I actually get a lot out of him. He tells me all sorts of things about his inspiration to actually be on the tester and some of the things that went on behind the scenes. So be looking out for that pretty soon as well. It was pretty funny stuff, I thought. So also we have a top 10 up on game trailers. An impromptu top 10. Top 10 goriest moments in Black Ops, which
That don't have spoilers.
yes, no spoilers at all. Also, Puntos on GoldenEye, speaking of Bond. And, tester commentary. And a VGR on Sonic Colors coming up on Monday. So
Yay.
we are busy. Lots of stuff going on. So, there you go. But right now, it's time for my favorite segment. Your favorite segment. Everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for...
Hard news.
All the day's news from this past week.
Stop yawning.
For
But
All
what
right.
happens when it gets to this segment.
All right, what do you
just
got?
kidding.
So Connect, doing pretty hot item, right? Would you guys agree? It seems like it's pretty hot.
They are.
Hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
How hot is it, Destin?
So hot that analysts are saying Connect pre-orders had to be capped by retailers because there were so many of them.
I don't
That's
doubt
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
I told you, it's going to sell. Mom and dads are going to buy
Yeah.
it.
It's the Wii all over again.
Yep, absolutely. The Wii 4 years later. And the funny thing is that we actually have one at the office. I went out and paid for the Kinect because I said
I played it this morning because it was sitting in a bag.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to use this thing.
I think everybody had a little bit of skepticism going in. Everyone was like, okay, a little curiosity. Everyone wanted to give it a try. And then we played it for like 20 minutes, and I was like, oh, well, that was it, you know, and that's it's been in a bag ever since.
I've wanted to come back and play it again. That's why I hooked it up this morning.
Did you have fun?
Kinda. I want to play Dance Central.
Did you get your
It's one of the
exercise in?
Yeah, that's just it. I got a little bit of exercise this morning, hitting the balls, hitting
right.
the red balls.
Oh yeah.
You hit your red balls later at night usually.
The problem is like
Looks like they're blue.
it was a fun party game. Like we were having fun with it, but like it was what $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Plus a 360. Plus a 360.
Plus the games.
That's right.
so I'll
Yeah.
wait and
150 plus the games.
something
So-
really amazing comes out in the future.
Well,
that
this
warrants $200.
analyst, Billy Pigeon, is saying that as long as Microsoft keeps manufacturing Kinect units to be shipped out by Christmas, it'll keep selling. And Microsoft actually upped their
A dumb
projection
statement.
from 3 million to 5 million units.
As long as people keep buying it, it will keep selling.
Yeah.
This guy does his job,
Real well.
I only trust Michael Pachter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's great. So yeah, Microsoft is saying we're going to sell way more than we thought we would.
Yeah, and that was a separate story. That's just like, it's been connect, like news nonstop, and I've been skipping it because I feel like it's kind of oversaturated with the news market almost, you know? Kind of like today, Black Ops.
That's right.
Black Ops. Like, all right,
People want to see it.
game
Yeah.
came out, got it.
Didn't PlayStation put out some kind of move thing or something? I heard about that. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the thing. I
Oh,
think
poor place.
people get their hands on Kinect and they're gonna go, "Whoa, this is really cool technology," and then they play it and they're like, "Whoa, this is really cool technology." Then they play it for another 5 minutes. They go, "I'm tired.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm tired. I don't want to play this
It's
anymore."
something where you'll play it maybe 30 minutes a day. You know?
I don't think people are gonna be playing 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
I think if you're lucky, you get 30 minutes a week out of it. People will be like, "Well, that's fun, but I sweated last time. I don't really feel like sweating." right now."
Yeah.
Like Dance Central, like what Jared's doing, he's like really enjoying that because he's treating it kind of like a workout and he's into dancing and such. I could see that. You know, it seems like a pretty cool technology.
Yeah.
But the other, Sonic Riders, seriously?
I heard that's the worst game on the platform. That's what everybody's saying. It is the
Yeah,
worst
it is
game
horrible
for
controls.
Kinect.
Well, we raced on it, and by the time I finished one race, which was about 3.5 minutes, my back hurt.
Oh,
Yeah, because
really?
you're like leaning over it. You
You
lean
are
forward to go faster.
Out of shape.
No,
Well, no, it's
Just
you lean
kidding.
forward to go
I
faster.
just want to make fun of Craig.
Oh, okay.
I'm fat. All right, what else?
Okay.
His scoliosis, you
Mom's
dick.
gamer score is 200,000. There was a mom who
She should be doing stuff like, I don't know, parenting.
Yeah.
she does that when she's not getting bad
Achievements.
points. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 200,000, yeah.
She a while ago there was an article written about how she was at like 165,000 and her goal was 200,000 and she finally hit her goal of 200,000.
What's she gonna do now? Like have another baby?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well,
Once I reach that, we can.
She came with
Yeah.
me. Haha, she's pretty good looking actually.
Well,
Tell her you've got an achievement for her, Destin.
Yeah.
here's the problem.
Achievement. Take care of your kid and me.
That's right. No, she's damaged goods, dude.
She's the
Damaged goods.
number 5 female worldwide.
Wow, her kid must be really proud.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I get that everyone has a hobby, and gaming is a hobby. Don't get it twisted. Gaming is a hobby.
Yep.
It can be a very passionate hobby. We love games, but it is a hobby.
Yeah.
When you have a child, don't you think you'd want to get 200,000 Microsoft points for your kid instead? And like the achievement would be him learning to ride a bike as opposed to getting 200 points on Puzzle Bobble.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, but her kids probably hate video games. Like, they go over to a friend's house. You want to play some Xbox? No!
Maybe she only does it when they're at school. We don't really know the situation.
That's true, but I'm going to assume I do.
On the internet.
I am the internet.
All right, what else?
Thursday, November 11th, we are all going to finally get the LA Noire trailer.
What?
Rockstar is teasing a teaser trailer that they'll be releasing
Teasing
on November 11th, noon Eastern.
Damn it.
Yeah. So get ready for that.
Teasing the teaser.
Sounds good.
And last story,
Yep.
Sledgehammer is the new company working on the Call of Duty franchise. Right?
Oh, really?
Maybe you
So
guys-
it's not going to be Infinity Ward anymore?
well, I think they're also working on Call of
So
Duty.
there's 3
Wait,
companies.
seriously?
But this has been known for a long time that Sledgehammer Games will be developing a Call of Duty game. And a rumor is going around that it will contain Marines in space.
Oh, it's Space Game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this is something that I was actually reading up on last night. And I just was searching like Black Ops stories.
Yeah.
And I found one from like back in April or something. And the next rumor was a Call of Duty game in space, which would be kind of weird because, it's kind of stepping on Halos and Resistances and Gears and every other,
Gears is in space.
Yeah, but it's like futuristic.
Yeah.
You said Space Marines. Go up to anybody and you
No, I
say,
didn't
hey,
say Space Marines. I said space.
Marines in space is what you said. So if you go up to
No,
somebody...
I didn't say Space Marines.
Okay. So you go to somebody and be like, hey, Marines in space. What's the first thing you think of? They're going to say Starship Troopers or Halo.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd probably say Halo.
Probably a bad way to go.
So anyway,
FPS
it
in
should
space.
arrive at the end of 2011, it seems.
So that's the next game they're going to announce.
That was actually, they already kind of talked about it during a financial call to investors where Eric Hirschberg mentioned a new Call of Duty title hitting around the end of 2011.
A Call of Duty Space Ops.
Yeah, that would be interesting. They did that with another franchise, and then they took it into the future. Like into this, I can't remember what it was, though.
I don't know. I really liked Black Ops, but that's not sounding too entertaining.
I think it could be cool because what it does is it says, here's a blank slate. You have as many guns as you want to work with. You have whatever technology you want to work with, whether it exists now or does not. That's the one thing I do like about space shooters, that you have
all this crazy technology.
Make
that
shit
doesn't
up.
exist. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, that's great. I'm sure that the only thing that worries me is it's the unknownness of Sledgehammer. I don't know what they've done. What have they done? Any idea?
I don't know.
Okay, so like they're going to take a franchise. It's kind of like Treyarch, right? Now Treyarch is kind of like they're the golden baby because Infinity Ward kind of dropped the ball, or at least they had the breakup, right? And Black Ops is really good. So people were like, wow, Treyarch's the man now. So now they're having Sledgehammer do this, and people are like, well, what's Sledgehammer? So I'm sure regardless of if it's good or not, people are like, well, it's not Black Ops.
Yeah.
It's not Modern Warfare.
See, it almost sounds like it shouldn't say Call of Duty. And it should just be a new game. But the problem is, by them putting Call of Duty on it, they're going to make,
Absolutely.
way
It's
more
gonna sell
sales.
regardless.
Apparently, all they've done is Call of Duty, and you can apply.
What else have they done?
Call of Duty.
Oh, okay, this is
Our
This is their
games.
first game?
Call of Duty. That's all it says.
FPS
On their
game.
website.
If you didn't,
Yeah.
it says Call of Duty FPS game.
Yeah, it's very descriptive.
good for Sledgehammer FPS Call of Duty game. All right.
Yay.
All right, so there you go. Is that hard news for this week?
That's hard news for this week.
That is hard news for this week.
Say it again.
Hard news
Chad. This week?
this week.
All right, let's get into speaking of Call of Duty and Sledgehammer games or Sledgehammers. What? Let's talk about Call of Duty coming up next in our adventure to LA.
Craig's face looked painful trying to get through
Just
that.
scratch the last 20 seconds.
Unscripted promos.
Interns, we need them.
We need them to work their ass off.
They're going to work their ass off.
Stuff doesn't get done around here by itself.
That's right. I tell them what to do.
Right.
I say, do it. And interns, they do it.
While we sit back with our feet up and play video games.
And do nothing all day.
Yeah!
So interns, if you want to work your ass off and get no credit, email me, Craig@ScrewAttack.com. I mean, by no credit, we won't talk about you, but you might get school credit. So that's good.
Yeah. And you might be in a video.
Yeah, well, one or
As a
two.
footrest.
That's true. And you got to be local in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So if you're in the DFW area, email me, Craig@ScrewAttack.com if you like grunt work.
Grunts.
Okay, so I found out a little bit more about Sledgehammer during the break. Apparently, they have team members who worked on Dead Space. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that was in space.
Yeah.
And just like Call of Duty.
Call of Duty
so
with
that should be
Isaac.
good. All right. So
I didn't bring
if
up
you
the
recall,
costume, by the way.
if
I
you follow, yes. Halloween's great. If you follow me on Facebook and you follow us on Twitter, you would know that Chad and I made our way out to Los Angeles a couple weeks ago, actually, to go on a super secret, top secret mission that was secret.
It was awesome.
And the idea behind it was when you go out to these things, you're not supposed to talk about them. You're not supposed to just do pictures of them or whatever until a certain date. You sign an NDA when you go out to them. And
Which basically says that if we talk about it before then, they rape us.
yes. Now, here's the deal. Last year, when Modern Warfare 2 was released, they sent out review copies beforehand, and then it got all over like the servers, and people were downloading the game, and they were ripping copies illegally and such. So this year, they wanted to fly everybody out to, or maybe it was 2 years ago when they did that, but this year, they flew a handful of reviewers out that they felt were worthy or deemed worthy enough to bring out there or whatever, or who they liked. I don't know. To come and review the game, as opposed to sending out copies, because you can't trust journalists, because we might put it on a torrent site. But so they just didn't want their game out there. Well, we went out to LA, and it was all about the Call of Duty experience.
And watching Activision flex their wallet.
Yes. Okay, so before we start this, I do want to say that none of this had any bearing on how we reviewed the game at all.
Absolutely. I mean, like, because while this stuff's going on, which you're about to hear about, we're talking, we're like, this is ridiculous. And then we're just like, well, hope the game doesn't suck. I mean, because no matter what, anyone does, we're still going to give our honest opinions because you guys are counting on it. So
Exactly. Ultimately, it comes down to the trust that you guys have on us, and we can honestly say that nothing we did here affected our reviews on this at all. All right. So, with that being said,
It's amazing. No, I'm just kidding.
if I give the game a 26, I would. No, but I do love the game. If you saw my VGR, I thought Black Ops is the king of FPS right now.
Yep.
I love it. It's phenomenal. With that said, so we fly into LA. As soon as we fly into LA, there's a person waiting for us with our gamer tags. So mine is ScrewAttack's Spacecom, right? And Chad's is, do you want to put yours out there?
yeah, they know it.
Okay.
TK space Black Flag.
Okay, so we fly in to LA, and there's a driver standing there waiting for us with our tags. The driver takes us to Santa Monica Airport, right?
Where he tells us he's going to be picking up another person.
What's
But
that?
that's what he said. He's like, we got to go to Santa Monica Airport because we have to pick up somebody else.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyways, we go.
And it was Jesus. Jesus was there for the Black Ops premiere.
Jesus Christ himself.
We go to Santa Monica Airport, and we wait there for a little bit. Anyways, after waiting, a pretty good long while. It's not really important to the story, but
Yep.
we are brought into a hangar, right?
One at a time. There's these other SUVs lining up behind us.
Chad, Craig, and Jesus in a hangar.
That's
Yeah.
right. So we're in this hangar, and we get out, and there's these dudes immediately in character, right?
They hired a team of actors.
Yes, there's like a guy in a military fatigues,
We
and
got CIA suits.
you walk up to him, and he goes, "What's your tag?" And you go, "ScrewAttack's Spacecom." And he goes, "Okay." He looks on his list, and he sees you're there, and then he punches in this fake code on this chain link fence, and they open up the fence, and then they bring you into this other room, right?
Right.
It's funny because the code that he entered in, it made noise, but it was clearly just like a regular chain link fence, and you
Yeah.
just open it at any time,
Yeah.
So like there was like some security thing.
He's like pushing it
Yeah.
in, you're opening it.
Yeah.
What
Exactly.
are you doing?
So once again, we're in this hangar. We go through this chain link fence into this other room. Now the other room, if you played the game, we didn't know this at the time, but when you open up the game, the menu system looks like you're in
An interrogation chair.
Yes. So when you walked into this one room, we were on the other side of the window of the interrogation room. So if you were
Tied up to a chair.
No, you could look in on this room. They had the chair, they had the TVs. They pretty much recreated the entire menu screen. And then they had paid actors going in and out, like messing with stuff. And so we're getting fed and getting drinks and just sitting there watching all this happen, not knowing if we're going to be brought in and put in the chair.
Yeah, we were kind of talking is there someone going to get interrogated in front of us or something like that?
Yeah.
So anyways,
And Chad got his ass kicked during the interrogation. I'm just kidding.
no, but
He was like, this game is going to be so good.
after hanging out in the room for a while, they start bringing everybody out two at a time, right? Two at a time outside. Once again,
Get beat up.
They ask you what is your gamer tag, right? We tell them it again, and then they reach into this.
Here's
locker.
where it gets ridiculous.
They reach into this locker and they bring out these helmets, right?
And
they,
earplugs.
and
Made
they
of gold.
and they have.
God damn it, Dustin.
You're ruining the story.
I'm making it more entertaining
Okay,
for
well,
me.
you keep going then. All right, but the helmets have our gamer tags on them and the Black Ops logo, and we're like, okay,
It is
what
a
this
full-on,
for?
like, beast helmet with, like, visor that comes down and everything.
Straight out of Airwolf,
Heavy
which,
because it's made
which
of
leads
gold.
us to the next part where we turn the corner of the building and there's 5 helicopters that are waiting for us, right? And we're like,
With
what the
strippers
hell?
inside.
No strippers inside. So we
Girls dance for the
we
whole
end up
flight.
we end up getting in the stripper helicopter,
There
and
are no strippers. I'm sorry.
they end up taking us as we're getting lap dances.
No, but seriously, they put us on these big ass helicopters that were painted up like Black Ops. They had the Black Ops logos and everything. It was crazy.
So they actually fly us to this place about 30 minutes north of LA,
Well,
along
strippers interrogated them.
yes, along the California coastline as we're just flying in this helicopter, which is incredibly cool because I've never been in a helicopter before, and I was
Same.
right next to the door, so I'm looking out the window. Anyways,
And then he looks outside, and they made dinosaurs.
Okay, no, seriously, I was about to say, we start going over the mountains, right? And, like, the theme just starts going through my head. Like, because it's seriously, there's nothing around. It's just, like, it looked like that scene in Jurassic Park 3, I think it is.
animatronic
When you're, like,
dinosaurs when they
flying
go over
over.
the mountain.
So, yes, it was very Jurassic Park.
except no dinosaurs. So anyways, so we land in this
strippers.
place.
There's okay. So here's what I was going to my
God
mind.
damn it,
They're
this-
getting strippers. There's animatronic dinosaurs. They're in a helicopter. Keep going, Greg. Keep telling the story.
Got it. Okay, so we land and they take us to this this resort, right?
Hold on. When he says that we land, we didn't just like land where you're supposed to. They cleared out a field. So we're landing in this field while all the like townsfolk are lined up down the street, like taking pictures and looking at binoculars. And then they have like CIA vans like ready to escort us away
Yeah.
with like a team of actors pretending to be secret agents.
Yeah, all the people in military fatigues and the CIA people, they're all there when we land as well, just a new group of people. And the townspeople are out there. And the
They
thing
brought
is-
gifts. They brought gifts for everybody.
there were no gifts. but-
offering bread and
Anyways,
virgins.
Activision, obviously, they don't want to spoil what they're doing, right? So the townspeople are totally clueless. So as we're talking to the people at this resort later this week, people are, we're like, so what do the townspeople think? She's like, people think that Michelle Obama is here.
Yeah, they're like, is Obama here? Is Schwarzenegger here? Did they fly up, you know? And they like can't tell him. And like Craig and I are talking about that, and we're just like, we review video games. At no point in our lives should we ever be mistaken for the president, you know? Or like, that's ridiculous.
Pretty funny stuff. So plus I'm white, and that's a big thing. So
And
so,
male.
well, yeah, I do have a penis. Save that.
Wow, how did we get here? So back on to
just
the
saying.
cool story.
So-
Because Michelle Obama's a woman.
I know, but then I was talking.
Schwarzenegger's a man. Anyways, so we go, we take our cars to this place. Long story short, we get there. They have the place we're at is just gorgeous. It's on a golf course. We
It's
have
the
these
nicest
giant-
place I've ever been to in my life.
by far the nicest place we've ever been to. And we're like, we see celebrities when we're there. There's like, it's like the celebrity hangout. The guy Terrence from Entourage.
Malcolm McDowell.
Yes, he was there. We saw him just eating tea
Really?
drinking tea. Yeah,
Eating tea.
Malcolm McDowell was there?
Yeah, not even for the Black Ops event. Like, he was
That's
just
cool.
chilling off with some people.
So we're on this golf course, and we get there. We show up. They pretty much, you know, while we're there, they don't expect you to pay for anything, which is great. So they provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you, which is great. But they had a room separated out with just Black Ops multiplayer to where we could play the entire time. But when we go to our room, that's when we're like, wow, this is pretty damn cool. Because not only were the rooms nice, but they had a nice tech setup.
They take us into the room, and they're like, okay, so they're showing us around. First of all, the suites are huge, and they gave Craig and I our own suite.
Yeah,
so we
which
have
is
two.
really weird.
Yeah, real separate.
I was really looking forward to cuddling with you.
I know, we normally do. Yeah. But so I go walking into this room, and they're like, okay, just to let you know, we've refitted the home entertainment in here. We've completely redone everything. So there's a 60-inch Sony 3D TV. We've replaced the speakers with, you'll see there's a 5.1 Dolby digital surround setup. And here's a new 360 that's set up, and here's a controller and everything. So
you
if
can
need
play whenever
anything-
you want.
Did you
Yeah.
play in
'Cause
3D?
did.
we're like, what? And they're like, yeah, we'll be bringing by copies of the game for you guys to play tomorrow.
We were at this point, our mind was just blown. We're like, what is happening? Which I'll actually upload video of this
Yeah,
on the site. I do a video from my phone. It's not like pro or anything, but I can actually show you guys what the room looked like.
It was ridiculous.
Crazy nice. We end up going down playing multiplayer. They give us these headphones that are like $260 headphones.
Oh
they're
my
like,
God.
They're the official Call of Duty headphones.
While
or
they
whatever.
played multiplayer,
Tritons.
people were giving them massages.
No, blowjobs. They were giving us
Well, that's after the
Sorry.
massage.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
But while we're doing that, so they later that night, the first night, they end up giving us 3D glasses so we can play the game in 3D. Which I'm not a big 3D guy. I've never been a 3D guy. I think you guys know my stance on 3D.
But it was amazing.
No, it wasn't. It was just okay.
Apparently, we didn't have it set up right, though.
I did, and I still don't think
Okay.
it was that great. So, but regardless,
But it does have 3D mode if you guys like to wear glasses when you play games. And
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so
Because that's doing well.
long story short, I think that was pretty much it. Anything
Then
else you
for
wanna throw
3
in?
days, we played COD. There's nothing else to do. Like, it's this nice resort area, but, shit costs money. So, like, we're not going to go into the city or anything like that. So for 3 days, it's like, wake up, eat, play COD all day, go to sleep.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, by the time we were there, they set up a little Xbox Live private network for all the reviewers that were there. So we're playing, like, I leveled up to 33 in multiplayer and beat the main game.
Yeah,
I want to see SideScrollers illustrated of this one with Craig, Chad, strippers, dinosaurs, military men, masseuse, like a big collage photo. I
And
just picture
blowjobs.
like Screw Attack, yeah, and the people offering that service.
Anyway,
also.
it was a ton of fun. We met some really cool people, like
Malcolm McDowell.
this guy James. We met Rob from Machinima and Nate from IGN. We played a lot of games with them. It was a lot of fun.
good dudes. Just saw Shane from GT. A lot of the guys. A lot of the guys we've met or seen at other things. But it was cool because I haven't had an opportunity to just sit down and play games like that
In a long
probably
time.
since ScrewAttack started.
Yeah, dude.
And just being able just to go nuts and veg out for 3 days and just play and play and play. I probably played about 40 hours of that game.
Oh, hell
in
yeah.
3 days. It was crazy fun, and it allowed me to kind of get into the game and really, you know, I wouldn't have been able to review it like I had if I wasn't there, which
Yeah.
was their whole purpose of bringing you out there to begin with. So.
My left hand, like by the end of the weekend, like dude, it was aching. It was like stuck in like the position of holding a controller because like I press the controller pretty hard when I sprint and I sprint everywhere. So like
It also looks
I
like
didn't
you're
wanna
holding a weird cock.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got, anyway, it was horrible, but it was awesome at the same time. It's like seriously, my hand's hurting because I've played COD too much. That's
Yes.
awesome.
It was definitely a once in a lifetime experience, and it's one of those things where
Out of context.
no other event has been like that. I mean, I've been to cool events before, but I really felt fortunate. I know everybody else did there too. To
Except
be
for,
there.
I don't know, man. Some of the people like. Craig, okay.
Yeah,
Craig
okay,
and I
this is
are loving it. I mean, like, just we're like, we get to play games. So we're like, all right, let's do this. There's a whole huge room set up for multiplayer. So we're there. Like when the multiplayer rooms open, we're pretty much there. You know, to really check out the game and just play everything we can.
We're
And
the first ones in, last ones out every day.
yeah, that's pretty much yeah. And but the problem was like after the first day, once the people had the copy of the game in their own room, like to play main game and stuff like that. Like there weren't nearly as many people. Like
Yeah.
half the room was full pretty much most of the
Gamers,
time.
introverts.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't play multiplayer.
You also-
unless
Oh, you can't?
no, they didn't have
it
the
was
network
only
set up in the
single player.
rooms. So like,
It was also very you saw how cynical people can be at this event as well. You know, talking to some people from I don't even know what outlets they were, but they were like the type of gamers and type of reviewers that ScrewAttack is 100% against. You know, they were like, well, the frame rate wasn't perfect and this was glitchy here, and it was like really picky and just like, are you serious?
Overanalyzing.
Are you serious, man? You know, and you just want to punch them. You know, and be like, dude. You know,
Okay.
You're playing this game. It is a video game. It's a form of entertainment. You know, it's fun. That's the biggest criteria is that it's fun. You
Yeah.
know, and just being total douchey about it. I don't know.
You guys were bitching about
Yeah.
GoldenEye's frame rate the other day.
well, okay.
no, but we're talking about like the overall experience or whatever. Like it was like letting little things, like the smallest little thing. Like my character
Yeah.
did this in this one point.
Oh.
You know, like, and that's why it's not that good of a game.
Oh, really?
Like, and it's just like, man,
That's stupid.
yeah.
Look, and by no means, I said on my Facebook, I said if I can give Call of Duty an 11 out of 10, I would. Right. But that doesn't mean the game's perfect. It just means I enjoy
No
it.
game's perfect,
No
exactly.
game is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, it's something we've considered. Actually, fun fact: Black Ops was actually supposed to be the first VGR that we've been talking about adding numbers to our VGRs in addition to the buy it, rent it, F it. Right?
Yeah.
Black Ops was supposed to be the first game we were going to do that. Guess what? It couldn't because I would have given it a 10, and I don't want to set the precedence of giving a 10 on the first review. So.
Yeah, because in addition, like a lot of you guys, there's
And
a
we still
bonus
haven't-
menu.
We haven't fleshed out the rating system
Yeah,
yet. So.
because in addition to the stuff, I mean, the single player, the multiplayer, they have bonus games that they program in that don't suck. Like some really cool shit, and like you have to get to them through a secret menu. And anyway, if you guys want to check it out, check out my written VGR, and I posted up the hints that we were given to see if you can figure it out. I'm sure you can find it on the internet, though it's a lot more rewarding if you figure it out for yourself. But they really put a lot into this game, and I don't know, we had a lot of fun playing it. So
Yeah, it was good. It was really fun. Anyways, thanks to Activision for bringing us out and allowing us
Definitely.
to review their game.
the Treyarch guys as well, they were real cool. to
Yeah,
hang out
really,
with.
really cool. JD 2020, good dude. So, thanks to those guys. Once again, it had no bearing on our review at all, but we do want to thank Activision for the great time for sure. So, all right. So, we got some pretty important news that we're going to announce here coming up in just a few minutes. It involves one of our staff members, so hang tight, and it also involves you.
Unscripted promos.
It's too hot for the internet.
I think I might take off my top.
Whoa.
I mean, for the internet.
I see. Okay, well, we're talking about the Too Hot for the Internet DVD. Okay, so what are your favorite things on the Too Hot for the Internet DVD there, Corey?
Well, there was this thing we did called the Narcoleptics, right?
Narcoleptic Olympics?
Narcoleptic Olympics, whatever. Yeah, that was total fail.
And that's under the things that failed.
Under the things that failed, but it's kind of funny, especially to see Jose run around with his legs dead or bound.
And I also, that sounds really, especially you saying
it's too hot for the internet.
Yes, especially with you saying you're going to take your shirt off and you're talking about Jose's legs being bound. I don't even know. Just, you need to go buy it. It's really good. It's all never before seen stuff. Go pick it up at ScrewAttack'sstore.com.
Hot.
What?
Hot.
Going through the mushroom kingdom. I'm gonna save the princess peach. I got a red hair with suspenders on.
Hi, G1. So, I teased a little bit of big news, and I do think this is big because it revolves around the G1s essentially. But we have a crew member here at the HQ who's done a good job, and he's shown a lot of interest in really taking things to the next level. So, without further ado, there's no need to delay it. Let's bring in Brian. Hey, everybody. Brian, what's up, man? How's it going?
Not much. You pulled me in here to do this whole podcast thing.
That's right. We're doing this podcast thing. All right.
Derp.
So, the reason you're here is because you've been given a promotion.
Yay!
And you are going to be serving, you're going to be a very integral part of the G1s and making things function on a day-to-day basis. So, without further ado, Brian is now the official ScrewAttack community manager.
That's me.
Yay.
I got claps and everything. Yeah.
All right. So, Brian, give us a rundown of exactly what you're going to be doing for the G1s and why it's important and what you're going to be doing and all that fun stuff.
I guess kind of the briefest explanation is that I'm sort of the mouthpiece of ScrewAttack for the community, as well as really doing game days and contests and getting the G1s involved more so than we've seen recently.
Yes. I think you hit it on the head because over the last few months, we've had a hard time kind of communicating with the G1s and being in touch with our mods and admins and such because we've been focusing so much on content, and the content has been, we've been developing out new shows soon that you'll be seeing, and we've been,
Games.
Yeah, it's just been so busy around here that we haven't been able to interact with our community as much as we wanted to. So Brian is here to kind of bridge that gap and to make that happen a little bit. So you mentioned game days. That's awesome. So when are they returning and how's it going to work?
All right. First one is it's going to be November 20th. It's going to be Craigie here with Halo Reach.
Now, this is cool, and I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to do November 20th, and then every 2 weeks following that.
Correct. So
you're going to get a new ScrewAttack member every 2 weeks, so they're going to be way more frequent on a wider variety of games. Now, the reason why I'm doing Reach is because we have a contest going on right now, which involves Halo Reach. So talk about that.
All right, what we have going on right now is the Halo Reach Forge map making contest, where what we're saying is make a map in Forge, make it ScrewAttack related, make it awesome. If you make it, we will see it, we will play it, we will check it out. You might win some pretty sweet James Bond, Bloodstone, GoldenEye swag. And also, the winning maps are going to get played during this game day coming up.
Yes, those are going to be the maps we're going to be playing at all. So if there's one of Destin's penis, which apparently there is.
There is.
Okay.
Can you fit anybody on that map? I'm just kidding.
It's so giant.
People can just stand on it and
You can
duel
fit a lot of people on that map.
Oh, all right.
Wait until you see it.
before they fall off and
map,
plummet
too.
to their death.
All right.
So, anyways, the maps itself have to be somewhat ScrewAttack related, preferably not a dong, but it can be a map of the HQ. It can be a map of whatever, just anything.
Lightning bolts. They could just say ScrewAttack
Screwy
in
the
it somewhere.
monkey. I want to see a map made up of Screwy the monkey.
So,
Wow.
So how do they get a hold? If I know some people have gotten involved, but if people are wanting to get involved, how can they do so?
All you really got to do is tag your map with contest ScrewAttack as one word, as you're supposed to, along with your G1 name, and then also, if you could, make a video walkthrough of it, and then email me your link to your map on BungieNet, so I can go check it out that way, as well as going and looking for tags. But if you have links and walkthroughs, that's a lot easier.
Yeah, the walkthrough is not necessary.
Not necessary.
But it's helpful.
It's handy,
It
yeah.
can help your cause, for sure. Okay, so we got contests we're going to be doing more of. We're going to be doing way more game days and such. Do we have anything else in the pipeline that we're working on?
There's kind of some stuff that'll pop up, kind of some impromptu chat type things, and
Yes.
Lord knows what else might kind of just come out of Twitter. You gotta
Yes.
keep an eye on it.
Yes, make sure you keep an eye on Twitter and Facebook and all those things. We're going to be doing super secret fun stuff like that.
Yep.
The big thing is that we just want to reconnect with the community, and Brian's going to serve as that. So, if you need to get a hold of us over here, Brian is the man to do so. I mean, it doesn't mean spam him with every little problem or whatever.
Everything's Brian's fault.
But
Please no spam.
But Brian is
Spam-free diet.
is definitely the man you want to talk to when it comes to stuff related to ScrewAttack's.
That's Brian at ScrewAttack, BRYAN.
So
Send all your serious spam to Chad. That's CHAD.
that's right.
No, don't.
And send all your gay porn to Destin. DSTIN at ScrewAttack.com.
Last time, didn't that happen?
Ladies only submit, please.
There you go.
All right.
So you only want gay porn from ladies?
Gay lady porn.
That's
Oh,
what
okay.
it is.
Okay.
Lesbians, all right. No. Okay, so congratulations, Brian. I think it's gonna be really great. You'll be seeing Brian a lot more active on the site with just community stuff, contest, and definitely want to make a stronger, better effort for that. And we're all excited, Brian, and let's kick some ass and all that
That's
fun
the plan.
stuff. So, all right, so great job, Brian, and I guess it's time to move on. So that's that.
Cool.
All right, so game day, the 20th, myself on Halo Reach. Following that will be Destin a couple weeks later, and be looking out. Oh, also, one important thing. Coming up on Sundays. What else are we doing on Sundays?
Sundays, we're coming back with the G1 Spotlight, just not quite how you remember it.
Yes, it's going to be more of a blog format to where we
Yep.
can kind of feature some of the best stuff from the past week and give you a calendar of what's coming up for ScrewAttack.
Yeah, that's the plan. Really roll in kind of the stuff you saw in Community Spotlight over the past week. That's where you'll find Submission Sunday from here on. We're going to start doing, birthdays, let you know about game days, any projects G1s might have going on. It's going to be community blowout time.
Yes, absolutely. So
Cool, so you're going to handle birthdays? I don't have to do it on SideScrollers anymore?
Oh, that's up to you guys if you still want to do it here.
it's pretty easy on SideScrollers. We'll keep it going on
All right,
SideScrollers as well. All right.
I gotta read dates.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so way to go, Brian. All right, coming up next, we got the news desk, and I got some pretty good stuff.
All right.
Unscripted promos.
So, Craig, I don't know if you've heard about this, but this Twitter thing, it's kind of a big deal.
Social networking's kind of huge right now. Twitter.
Slightly. It's a great way to follow ScrewAttack.
That's right. We have all sorts of secret things that don't happen on our website that happen on there. Like when I showed my dog off.
Tucker, right?
Tucker the Screw Dog.
We have a ScrewAdog now.
Twitter.com/ScrewAttack. Isn't that easy?
Very.
That's right. So people should follow us.
Cool. Do it.
All right, just a reminder, Texting the Bread is still going crazy in the iPhone App Store.
It's going crazy.
Well, it's going pretty good. It's not like, Angry Birds. Or
It's
anything.
killing other apps.
But
They're
no,
going
like
Like the
insane.
app has gone
It is. It's
ludicrous.
a crazy app. It's gone mentally insane. So
download it and
pick
kill
it up
those
right now.
zombies.
And it's also been nominated for best app on Mashable.
Oh,
So
Cool.
That's cool. So we don't really have a chance against Angry Birds or anything like that, but that's still pretty cool. So it's funny because I was
Coming sometime to Android.
yes, sometime actually this is the chain of events. The Nerd DLC will happen, and
Okay.
then to Android, and then to Brental Floss.
Okay.
So that's the chain of
I've
events.
got your back, G1s, because I have an
question
Android.
marks, spend money. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm
All
just
right.
kidding.
But right now it's time for the Side Scroller News Desk.
It's music.
Whenever you do a chain of events, I think of the Underpants Gnomes. Like, we'll do this, then question marks, profit.
Got it. All right. So everyone's had one of those late nights where they go out.
Nope.
Okay. Well, Chad, you've had one of those late nights where you go out and you've had, let's say, a
Sex?
little bit too much alcoholic
Oh.
beverages.
Okay.
No, Destin, we know you haven't had sex. So
Maybe when you show people your penis map.
Yeah.
That'll
Hey,
help.
ladies.
All right.
Technically,
So
she's playing on your
you've had a
penis.
few drinks, right?
Okay.
And you're not really in the right
Mindset.
train of thought, right? And sometimes people will send texts. They'll put Facebook things up. They'll
Right.
send
Oh,
emails,
yeah.
Drunk
right?
texts
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
and there's actually
Hilarious.
websites devoted directly to that, right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Craig. But that's
It's okay. I realize you don't want me. Okay, but Google has actually taken a step. One of the engineers there has actually made an app for Gmail that will actually prevent drunk emailing, right? It's
Really?
something you can actually download. So this thing, it's called, what's it called?
Please blow into your phone.
Mail goggles, right?
Mail
And what it does
goggles?
is it gives you a certain amount of time to do some basic math problems before, it's like a filter. before you can send out your
What if you fucking suck at math?
get out your calculator, but still, it's supposed to put you in the right train of thought. Now, here's the thing, though, is that this only works like on late at nights. If you download it, it only works on your Gmail. It doesn't work all the time. It only
So
works.
if you're a raging alcoholic and you wake up drunk, it doesn't work for you.
Sorry,
Or you're gonna be really good at math.
it's only active at late night and on the weekends, as that's the only time you're gonna need it. So
You'll be able to uninstall it or something though.
Oh shit, math. Hold on, get me drunk. Watch this.
Yeah.
I've gotten good.
Oh, you can actually adjust the settings once. So if you're drunk all the time, you can actually adjust it to where
Well, here's
it
the
goes
thing.
all the time.
Can you disable it?
Yes, you can.
Well then,
I'm just
I
saying.
don't want to send this email. It's fucking math again. I'll show it. Disable.
Well,
there we go.
It's there as a filter. It's there to help you, and hopefully you realize what you're doing. All right. So it's just funny that someone at Google would come up with that. All right.
Math, the enemy of booze.
All right. Speaking of technology and Google,
Yes.
Google is also in trouble as they're
They
starting
are.
a civil war. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Have you guys used Google Maps before?
Never.
Yes, I have.
Have you used Google Maps, Dustin?
I don't even know what Google is. No. Yes, I have.
Okay.
See the picture of those people chasing the Google Maps truck with the snorkels and shit?
No.
That's pretty
No,
awesome.
it's pretty funny.
I'll tell you.
All right.
Keep going.
So this place, apparently there was a glitch on the Google Maps thing, and this guy, this Nicaraguan troop commander, was using Google Maps to figure out exactly where, like, Nicaragua ended and this other place began, and he crossed according to where Google Maps said it ended. He went up there, took down the other people's flag, and put up their flag, and thinking that it was right. Well, it was wrong, and the Google Maps was wrong. It was off by like 2 miles.
Oh,
100,000
damn.
people have died due to the war that broke out.
Yeah, so it started just because of a bug or something in Google. It started,
A civil war.
Well,
Yay, we have offended the almighty Google.
it says the bug quickly blew up into an international event with the Organization of American States and the UN Security Council. So, anyways, they ended up fixing it. It was all squared away, but it's one of those things where technology is getting in the way.
That's
again.
crazy. See, I thought you were talking about. If you guys use Gmail, you should have gotten an email saying they're under a lawsuit right now for Buzz.
What's going on with that?
Something about the fact that like.
They just have to notify everybody. That's it. That's what was settled about that.
Okay.
So what
well,
happened? I don't know.
Basically, Buzz reads a lot of your personal information
Oh.
that goes through your email and shit. And technically, like, you never had to accept the agreement for Buzz. It was just something that was added in. So technically, you didn't have permission. You didn't give them permission to do that stuff. So
Nice.
they got in a little bit of trouble for that.
They get
I
sued for
showed
it?
them. I never used Buzz.
Neither did,
Suck it.
I didn't either. I think it's
Yeah.
just it installing it knows. But
Yeah.
anyway.
All right, final story. Let's say you have a baby, right?
Okay.
You
Okay, I
have,
got my gamer score, got my baby.
you have a
You
baby.
guys know about that?
You have a baby, and you live in Chicago, and you are charged with endangerment of a child, right?
What have I done?
Well, it doesn't
Baby
matter.
catapult.
It doesn't really matter because you've been in charge with that. So let's say you got off that charge. What's the next thing you do?
Get drunk.
That's right. That's right. These people, Chicago police officers say they found 27-year-old Jamie Riley, which kind of sounds like a drunken name, drunkenly holding her 3-month-old infant under her arm like a football and struggling with a stroller on the 1500 block of Harlem Avenue.
Touchdown.
Once we go along,
She
throw
said,
you.
she told police
That
that they
poor
had been
child.
drinking vodka. And she and her husband were celebrating because the Illinois Department of Child and Family Services had dropped their investigation into their son's
That is
safety.
just
They dropped it just like I
disgusting.
dropped this baby. Watch me illustrate.
Horrible. Who doesn't mix with orange juice? Seriously.
Straight vodka.
Yeah.
No. So
Bitter and oh
Right.
yeah, the baby too.
Even the baby was drunk. Celebration for him too.
she's been charged with misdemeanor child endangerment, disorderly conduct, and public intoxication.
That's hilarious.
I don't know.
Irony slaps them in the face.
That's right. They did
Need a
it
license to
themselves.
drive, but any alcoholic can have a kid.
Absolutely, for sure. So there you go. That's the news desk for this week. Fast and quick, and I thought Google was the root of all evil. Once again, Google's taking over the world. They're going to team up with Connect.
Yep.
So, all right. So that is the news desk for this week. Coming up next, we got forum questions. Chad, do we have a lot of questions to answer?
We've got 5.
That's the usual.
That's right. Completely average segment.
Unscripted promos.
Oh man, Craig, have you noticed I can upload videos on ScrewAttack?
Yes, I can because I made the site.
Well, It's really awesome, and I hope everyone else does it.
Why? Why do they need to upload their stuff?
Because now ScrewAttack is run by the G1s pretty much, because all the content is their stuff.
Well, hold on. I still run the site, but they can upload their stuff to the site, and it can be seen by lots of people, which is really, really good. And they can like retweet their stuff and put their stuff on Facebook and do all that fun stuff and be seen by lots and lots of people. It's really great.
Exactly. That's why all the G1s should do it.
Do it.
Hey,
Hey.
foreign questions.
All right. Misak or Max? I can never say it. Anyway, Misak. Misak. If you could do any fatality,
M3 sock.
whatever.
Okay. If you do any fatality.
If you could do any fatality, what would it be?
Now, I think we've got this question before in the past, and I know that my answer
Really?
now is probably going to be much different than what it is now, but I would go with the... there's multiple fatalities here, and if you remember from our top 10 worst and best fatalities, you know, that would be... You know, there's a wide variety to choose from. I would go with the dark horse here, and that would be the kiss of death, right? And mainly because...
You want to kiss a bunch of guys?
Well, I mean, let's be honest, that's pretty awesome. But, you know, it's one of those things where I can't think of any... I like the ability to rip off somebody's arms and beat them with it. Like, that's cool. But just knowing that... I always thought, like, the Godfather whole thing was, like, you give somebody a kiss and you're like, oh, shit, there it is. You know, I'm dead now. You know, I thought that's really cool. So if somebody, like, blew a kiss from their hand and then and then this, like, giant orb of
Death came out
at you, you know, that'd be the worst thing ever, as opposed to just having your arms ripped off and going, oh, shit. You know, this giant orb of affection is coming at you.
There you go. I don't remember who it was, but whoever had the animality where they turned into a little bunny and then flew and bit their head off, I would do that because it's entertaining.
Spine rip, because if Chad's being a total, they'd be like, yeah, that's pretty funny.
Tapping on the shoulder.
Trick
Hey,
him
you're a
with
good
a
guy.
back pat.
Yeah.
No one's stopping you. You can, I mean,
Spine rip.
I'm sure you can try it right now if you want, and I don't know if it's going to be very effective.
Please don't try and rip my spine out.
All right, what do you got? What else?
Human After All wants to know. Okay. A couple of years ago, ScrewAttack put up some content on Xbox Live Marketplace.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I was just wondering if we were ever going to see anything like that again.
Here's the thing. Okay, we had gamer picks on Xbox Live Arcade. We never saw a dime from that. So
Really?
like,
Really?
yes, like the company who did that was such a fraud. So like, it's not that it's so like we just wanted to get our stuff on there,
Right.
but the company we went through was such douches that it was like one guy who set it all up. I think it was Distributed Media, I think was the name it was called. But we never saw a dime from that. And it's not about the dime. It's about that, just the principle of the whole idea that you'd put it up there and, you know, the guy, like, just fell off the face of the earth.
Uh-huh.
So, like, that was the way to get on Xbox Live back then. I haven't explored it. But with that said,
We should.
I have reached out to Major Nelson about this stuff, and at a Call of Duty event, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I actually asked him about it, and he was like, "Hey, you know, ScrewAttack's, I'd totally take a look at it." He's the director of programming, so I'm not putting.
You know what's kind of interesting? I actually checked out their Zune channel.
Yes,
they have 2 video game shows on there right now.
They have a gamer TV channel. Yes,
there's
exactly.
2 shows on there. One isn't even on the air anymore, and the other one is like the Art of Gaming or something.
Yeah.
My point is, there's only 2 shows.
Yeah,
and we could get something on there easy.
Their gamer TV is actually exactly what I inquired about. But you know, I don't know. The thing is, when you deal with like Xbox Live, you know, it's not just Xbox Live. You're dealing with Zune. You know, and is just
Zune's owned by Microsoft.
Sure, but does somebody else run Zune's programming? Does Major Nelson deal with that? You know, so like, so you don't know who's dealing with what. So, you know, I haven't heard back from Major Nelson, and I actually just sent him an email this week about that. So. I'm not putting any pressure on them, but it would be great to, and I know the G1s would love to see your stuff on
The
there.
ScrewAttack theme, you know, stuff like that.
And full HD, we could totally do full HD and
get the hat for your me.
Yeah, absolutely, that'd be really cool.
Your avatar, whatever.
Sure.
Okay.
Same thing.
ScrewAttack Banjo.
We'd love to try it.
Yes. ScrewAttack Banjo wants to know, what is the creepiest piece of fan mail you have ever got?
Oh, I know yours.
Oh, I know mine too.
Fire away.
Okay. Actually, I haven't heard from this G1 in a while, and that would be the creepiest is also the first piece of fan art ever done of me was by Hatebreeder, and it starts out and I'm making this horrible face, and it's titled, you know, I drew the face and then it just kind of went from there, So I scrolled down, and it's a picture for some reason. I'm being stabbed through the back with a katana that's coming out of my chest as I look horribly in pain and I'm dying.
That's pretty awesome.
Fan mail.
Honestly, Hatebreeder's pretty cool from when I've talked to him, but I never let him live that down. I always bring it up.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, what about you guys?
I've not, I gotta be honest. I don't think I've ever received it. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what it is. I know it wasn't a piece of fan mail I received.
That chick?
Yes.
I knew that
Yes.
was coming.
It wasn't fan mail.
I
It
owe
was-
you these.
It was the girl who showed up
With Coke.
with a
That
six-pack
people
of
drank.
Coca-Cola. There's a much deeper story than this, but apparently someone was acting as me and emailing her,
Picking up ladies.
saying that the email was saying that I was the person emailing, even though I wasn't. Right?
How'd they get the address?
I have no idea.
That's
How did
weird.
she get it?
Yeah.
That's
like,
just it.
I didn't even know how to find it when I came here.
Yeah, and
you know, so.
that's just it. Which somebody had to have known the HQ address. Which we keep to our vest on purpose because we need to be able to get things done. Because we don't want G1 stopping by and such on a day-to-day
Yeah,
basis.
SEC last year, like a week before, G1 show up and just like, hey, what's up? This walk in, it's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
we're working.
It's not. We're trying to get things done so we can provide content for you. So it's tough.
Remember, Dustin thought the chick who walked in was me at first? And then he said he
Yeah,
totally
it
deer in the
was
headlights did. Because, like,
really
oh, hey,
weird.
what's what?
yeah, like,
Yeah.
Who are you?
It was really bizarre. That was definitely the weirdest thing for sure. That was a few years
yeah,
back.
so she shows up pretending, like, expecting to hang out with Craig or whatever because
Yeah.
they'd been talking. She's like, I owe you these, and gave him Coke. And he's like,
I have no idea who
what?
you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to explain this girl. I had no idea who she was or what was going on, and that somebody was essentially playing her. And I'm like, first off, why would anybody want to act like me? Why would anybody intimidate me? Or imitate me?
Yeah.
Intimidate. Imitate me. That makes zero sense because one, I'm not like that big a deal. It's like
There's other people.
yeah, there's way more important people
Major
than me.
Nelson. Pretend
Yeah.
you're Major Nelson.
some
Daily
guy
Dustin,
sitting there. You know who I think gets like stuttering Craig? I'm going to.
People can think that all they want. but I just get blowjobs at the Call of Duty events.
There you go. Good
right.
times.
Uh,
Justin?
Well, the most recent one was the Halo map called Destin ! I log in, it spawns you in the middle, and it's a character with a giant cock that shoots swords like semen at you.
Sounds like a plan.
And it says, I heart hard news. And just really weird stuff like that.
That's
that
pretty
I
cool.
get.
That's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna
I'm going to go
lie.
play that level.
You can't really play it. You can jump on the penis,
I do not want to jump on your penis.
or
so
you can
forget
jump
that.
and fall down to the ground because your default's jetpack.
That's
But
pretty
it's
awesome.
weird.
And
Sounds
cool.
pretty strange.
Way to go. More like that.
Yeah. All right.
No.
M Silverbrand says, I've been looking at a lot of the G1's content on ScrewAttack, and I've noticed that a lot of their content is like 10 times better than some of the other content on other video uploading services, YouTube, So I was wondering if ScrewAttack staff have ever thought about doing a G1 like best of at the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's something for Brian to do.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, and that's something we could totally do. for
Yeah,
sure.
so this is
A
like
lot of people come to us looking for new shows. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that, the end of the year recap. The only problem with that is that's a crazy amount of work to keep track of stuff over the year.
yeah,
you know,
it
and
is. Have fun,
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, so
All right, what else?
let's see. Black Maniac actually asked me a question, and I want to kind of clear something up. So he said, all right, if
All right,
someone
I
would,
hate
yeah, if someone would totally own you at GoldenEye using the Wiimote and Nunchuck, would you consider trying out Wiimote and Nunchuck on GoldenEye yourself? I did try it. It's horrible. Like,
The IGN guy actually preferred it.
how?
I don't know
Yeah.
how.
I
have no
don't.
idea how.
It's like,
And-
okay, look, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's the closest thing to PC or whatever. I was a PC FPS gamer for the longest time before I started playing on console. So I've been there, and like, it's not practical because you don't have a second stick. Okay, maybe if you had a second stick on your on the Wiimote, your right hand Wiimote, so you could actually turn left and right, like look left and right and up
Here's
and
the
down.
nunchuck.
But the problem is, but then you can still aim. But you now have to turn the nunchuck so your cursor has to be on the side of the screen to turn. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it's-
So it takes away time from when you can bring your cursor back.
I read somebody say that every match they've been in, the Wiimote and Nunchuck top of the game every time. Apparently, you haven't played me because I wreck shit on that game. 22-2.
Yeah.
Using the gold controller. I'm not that good at first-person shooters, so I feel like a fucking god.
It really, seriously, like, I tested it out. Honestly, I can tell you, like, it's just, at least for me, there's no way. I mean, so if somebody owns me using it, mad props to them. I will be freaking amazed at how they did that, but anyway.
I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you.
Also, for some reason, people think I hate Golden. I really don't. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I guess it came off that way out of the box.
A little bit. Yeah.
I had fun playing GoldenEye, and like it's cool. It's definitely not the old GoldenEye, but it's definitely worth a playthrough. If you played the old GoldenEye, it's totally worth a playthrough. I don't think it's the best game ever. The multiplayer's kind of fun, but you know it's got some issues. But whatever. I enjoyed it.
I played the old GoldenEye this weekend, and it's bad.
What?
It does not hold up well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I played through the campaign.
You said the old one?
Yeah, the old one.
Oh, you don't like aiming with the C-pad?
No, you move forward using the right stick.
And the C-pad strafes, and then down.
Everything's mapped all over the fucking place.
Compared to today, yes, it's not good.
But it wasn't just a controller, you know. It doesn't hold up to today's standards very well.
But there's a reason why we named it the number one FPS of all time. So.
Yes. Anyway, so there we go.
That bridge scene that you remember so fondly, you literally walk and you
fall and you bungee jump. I remember.
No, you fall and that's it.
He bungee jumps.
You think you're gonna die, and then it fades to black.
You bungee jump.
You bungee jump.
And then it shows him standing there.
It cuts to three different. It cuts to three different things. Yeah, he's bungee jumping.
And then what else? He jumps off the bridge.
That was the end of forum questions, but we got birthdays.
Fire away.
Let's see. My Facebook let me know that Peter Shepard and Alex Campos have birthdays coming up, and then on the forums I saw Supersonic Sam and the Entertainment Guy. And the Entertainment Guy is actually turning 18.
Way to go!
So congrats. And now you can get in serious trouble.
Hope you have an entertaining birthday.
All right.
I'm sorry.
There you go. So that is foreign questions and birthdays and side scores for this week. I am out of town the next few days, going to Aspen. So you guys be careful and have fun.
We'll do something. I'm sure we always do when Craig's gone.
Yes. So you guys
got the tester covered.
Got it. Sounds good. Well, you guys have fun, and G1s. We'll see you guys next week. So until then, hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
I'm Daily Destin.
And I'm Chad.
For SideScrollers and ScrewAttack.com. Bye bye.